Hello and welcome everyone. I hope everybody is fit and fine. Students, in the previous class, I explained you till latitudes. Today, I will explain you the next topic, that is heat zones. Let us begin with the topic now. Heat zones. See the explanation. The Earth's surface does not get the same amount of heat from the sun. This happens because the distance of the Earth's surface from the sun varies due to the curvature of the earth. Students, heat zone says that the earth surface does not get the same amount of heat from the sun. Okay, it means that suppose this is the sun. Okay, this is the sun. So it says that the earth, this is the surface of the earth, curved surface. Okay, so the earth's surface does not get the same amount of heat from the sun because the distance of the earth's surface from the sun varies due to the curvature of the earth. It means that, see student, the surface of the earth is curve in shape. Okay, it is curve in shape. Okay, so here the amount of heat from the sun varies. Okay, see, for example, if this is the sun, okay, so the sun rays will fall directly in on the center, and at the poles, okay, the sun rays will be like slanting. Okay, it will be in slanting shape. Okay, it will go slanting. It means that the sun rays will first fall directly at the center, and then later the sun rays will fall at the poles. Okay, it means that पहले सूरज की रोशनी कहाँ पड़ेगी? एट द सेंटर. ओके, बिकॉज जो पोल्स हैं वो दूर पे हैं, तो जो सनरेज है वो कुछ देर के बाद वहाँ पे जाता है. ओके, एंड वेरी लेस सनरेज गो टू दीज पोल्स. ओके, एंड द सनरेज जनरली इज फॉल्स स्लैंटिंग. ओके, स्लैंटिंग, वो डायरेक्टली फॉल नहीं करता है. ओके, द सन रेज falls or the sun rays go slanting, okay, towards the north pole and the south pole. Okay, so they get highly slanting rays of the sun. Okay, they get slanting rays of the sun, means the north pole and the south pole gets slanting rays of the sun. So that is why they receive very little heat from the sun. But at the center, okay, at the center the sun rays fall directly at the center, so they get high heat. Okay, they get high heat of the sun. But at the poles they get slanting rays of the sun, and that is why they get little heat at the poles. Okay, now we will understand this. See, heat zones, there are different type of zones, students. First is torrid zone. Okay, see the explanation. The zone between the tropics is called the torrid zone. Thus, the surface of the earth between 23 degree north and 23 degrees south receives vertical rays of the sun throughout the year. Okay, so the zone between the tropics is called torrid zone. Okay, so student, which zone will be known as the torrid zone? The zone between the tropic, means the red one. Okay, see the red one. Okay, so the red zone is known as the torrid zone. Okay, now thus the surface of the earth between 23 degree north and 23 degrees south, means this area, the red zone. Okay, so this zone is known as the torrid zone. See the next line. It is the hottest as compared to the rest of the earth. This zone is the hottest zone, the red colored ones. Okay, so red color zone is considered as the torrid zone, and it is considered as the hottest zone. Why it is considered as the hottest zone, students? I told you earlier also that the sun rays falls directly at the center and they receive lot of heat energy. That is why it remains extremely hot. Okay, now moving to the next zone, that is temperate zone. See the explanation. The region between the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree north and Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere, and Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degree south and Antarctic Circle 66.5 degree south in the southern hemisphere are known as temperate zone. So Which zone is known as temperate zone, students? The region between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle, and the region between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle. Okay, Tropic of Capricorn means the yellow part. Okay, see the yellow colored part. This zone is known as the temperate zone. Okay, now temperate zone, see the next point. They get slanting rays of the sun and less heat energy. As I told you, they get slanting rays of the sun. They do not get vertical rays of the sun. It means they do not get direct sunlight. Okay, they get slanting rays of the sun. I told you that the sun surface, the sunlight goes slanting. Okay, the sunlight do not fall directly into this zone. Okay, it goes slanting. That is why it is said that it receives slanting rays of the sun, and thus the less heat energy, means they get less heat energy as compared to the torrid zone. Torrid zone gets the highest heat energy because it is the hottest zone, because the sun rays fall directly at the center. Okay, but at the temperate zone, okay, the temperate zone, they get less heat energy. Why they get less heat energy? Because of the slanting rays of the sun. The sun rays fall slanting. Okay, they do not fall directly in the temperate zone. Okay, see the next point. This brings about moderate climate in these zones. So this climate is neither too hot nor too cold. Okay, so this region has a moderate climate. Okay, not too hot nor too cold. Okay, this has moderate climate. Okay, little bit warm, but not that warm and not that cold. Right, moving to the next, that is frigid zone. Frigid zone, the region, see the explanation, the region between the Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and Antarctic Circle 66.5 degree south and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere are known as frigid zone. So student, which zone is known as the frigid zone? See the blue colored part. Okay, this zone is known as the frigid zone, the topmost area. Okay, so the region between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole. Okay, the region between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and the region between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. Okay, this area. So the blue colored area is known as the frigid zone. Now see the explanation below. They get highly slanting rays of the sun and thus very little heat energy. Thus they remain extremely cold. So this region remain extremely cold. Why? Because they get highly slanting rays of the sun. Because they get highly slanting rays of the sun. As I told you students, this is the sun. Suppose this is the sun. So the sunlight will fall vertically, will not fall vertically, but it will fall slanting. Okay, like this. It will go slanting, highly slanting rays. Okay, due to highly slanting rays, this zone remains extremely cold because the sun rays do not fall directly into this zone. Understood? Now we are clear that there are three zones. Okay, first is torrid zone. The red color zone is known as the torrid zone, yellow colored zone is known as the temperate zone, and blue colored zone is known as the frigid zone. So the hottest zone among all is which one, students? The torrid zone is the hottest zone. Okay, which zone has a moderate climate, not too cold, not too hot? Temperate zone, very correct. And which zone remains extremely cold? That is frigid zone. Understood? So this is all about heat zone. So the next topic here is longitudes. Students, longitudes. The globe has also been given vertical lines. They start from the North Pole and terminate at the South Pole, means longitude. Okay, the longitude are vertical line. These are also imaginary line. Do not forget, these are not real line. These are imaginary line which are vertical in shape. Vertical means what? This is vertical in shape. Horizontal is this shape. Okay, so the longitudes are of this shape, the vertical shape, right? So the longitude is of the longitudes are vertical line. They start from north pole and terminate, means they end at south pole. Example, to understand them, one can compare them to a peeled orange. Students, have you all seen a peeled orange? Okay, a peeled orange consists of an off-white lining. Okay, same lining, same type of lining is known as the longitude. Okay, see the next paragraph. These lines are of equal length. Okay, these are of equal length. Longitudes also measure in degrees and minutes. However, they do not run parallel to each other. Let us understand this first. See student, lines of longitude. Lines of longitudes are vertical lines. Lines of longitudes are vertical lines. Okay, like we have studied the lines of latitude. The lines of latitudes were parallel line. Okay, this type. Okay, they were horizontal line, but lines of latitudes are vertical line. Okay, this type, the straight line. Okay, and the lines of longitudes are not exactly straight but a little bit angular shaped. Okay, little bit angular shaped. Okay, they are at angle, they are at angle because of the shape of the earth, because it has curve shaped. So that is why the lines are also little bit curved, but they go vertically, right? So here the the longitudes are vertical line. Okay, they start from north pole. This is the north pole, students, this is the south pole. Okay, so they start from north pole and go towards south pole. Okay, like this. Okay, now see the next line. These lines are equal length, means all these lines, the lines which are drawn, these are of equal length. Okay, all the line, and these lines are measured in degrees. Okay, these lines are measured in degrees and minute. I will explain you in detail in the further topics. Okay, you will get to know each and everything. Now coming to the next paragraph. They come out and then again merge at the poles. They come out and they again merge at a poles, means this is the north pole and this is the south pole. Okay, so this is the vertical line. Okay, this is the vertical line. So they come out from the north pole and they get widened at the center and then they again merge to the end. मतलब वो यहाँ से शुरू होते हैं, बीच में वो थोड़े wide हो जाते हैं, and again they merge to the south pole. So this is actually the shape of the longitude. Okay, now imagine a circle on top of the earth with its center at the north pole, and these lines would open outwards as shown in the diagram. However, after reaching the widest part of the earth, that is the equator, they will start moving inwards up to the south pole. Same thing as I told you. Students, at the center, I told you in the latitude topic, the center part is known as equator. Okay, so the longitude lines start from the north pole. Okay, and slowly they get widen. Okay, towards the equator they get widen. Again when they come towards the south pole, they again go inward. Okay, they again go inward. So this is the shape of the latitude, right? Now moving to the next topic, that is prime meridian. See the explanation. On a circle, it would not be possible where to start a count of the degrees. Therefore, one particular line has been declared as prime meridian. Students, as I told you in the longitude topic that they are measured in degrees. Okay, they are measured in degrees, like you have studied, like 23 degree north, 23 and a half degree north, 23 and a half degree south. Okay, in the latitude one, okay, you have seen, no, in latitude it has given the measurement 23 and a half degree north, 23 and a half degree south. In the same way, longitude also is measured in degrees and minutes. Okay, so here we will study more about it. Prime meridian. What is prime meridian? Let us understand this. On a circle, it would not be possible where to start a count of the degrees. Students, when you see a circular ball, okay, you do not know from where you should start counting. from where you should start counting. That is why, to make it easier, they have selected a particular line which is declared as prime meridian. Students, if you remember, then in the latitude part we have studied about equator. Okay, equator is an imaginary line which runs in the middle of the globe. Means, suppose this is the globe. Okay, so the equator runs at the middle of the globe, means at the center, and it divides the earth into two parts. Remember, there is total 4 direction: north, south, east, west. Understood? So the equator divides the earth into two equal parts. It divides the earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Understood? Now we will see prime meridian. Prime meridian also is the line at the center. Okay, it is the line at the center which divides the earth into two equal half. Okay, due to the picture, okay, the picture is little bit slanting, but the prime meridian actually is at the center, exactly at the center, and it divides the earth into two part. Okay, this is vertical line. Okay, student, you remember this side is the west direction and this side is the east direction. Okay, so the prime meridian divides the earth into two hemisphere, which is known as western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. Okay, so equator divides the earth into two hemisphere, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, but prime meridian divides the earth into western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. Understood? See the next paragraph. This lines run through astronomical observatory at Greenwich near London in United Kingdom. Okay, so this line actually run on the absolutely opposite side. Okay, see, this line runs on the Greenwich near London in United Kingdom. Right, this prime meridian. See the next, on the absolutely opposite side or 180 degree to the prime meridian is the international date line which passes through the Pacific Ocean. All longitudes to the east of the prime meridian till the international date lines are called east meridians, and those on the west are known as the west meridians. The international date line is both 180 degree east and 180 degree west. Students, let us understand this. Okay, I told you that prime meridian is the center line. Okay, it is the center line and it divides the earth into two parts: eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Okay, now in this what happens? Okay, this is the prime meridian. Okay, we cannot see the other part of the earth. Exactly at the opposite, okay, exactly at the opposite there is international date line. Okay, if you will rotate the globe, then exactly opposite to the prime meridian at the back, okay, at the back of the earth there is international date line. Okay, now students, from prime meridian, okay, as we know that the longitude lines are calculated in degree. I told you that the longitude lines are calculated in degree. So at the center it is prime meridian. Okay, from the prime meridian to the international date line towards the west, okay, towards the west and towards the east. Towards the west there are total 180 meridians. Okay, these are known as west meridians. Towards the east there are total 180 meridians which are known as east meridians. That is why it has written east meridians and west meridians. Okay, so from prime meridian to the international date line there is 180 meridians which is known as west meridian, and from the eastern side also there is 180 meridian. Have you seen a protector? Yes. How many degrees are there in a half protector? 180 degree. Okay, but when you will see the full one, then total it is 360 degree in all. So in the same way, this is the center and suppose this is the half. So the half side has Total how many meridians? Total 180 meridians, means total 180 longitude lines are there. Okay, and towards the eastern side also there are 180 longitude lines, okay, which are known as eastern meridian. Understood, students? Student, that is it for today. We will continue the leftover topic in our next class. Till then, thank you.